So it's kind of odd to say the least, but the whole Galaxy S26 series, excluding the Galaxy S26 Edge, will be launching close to March, more specifically end of February. And it's the first time since the Galaxy S10 series that a Galaxy S model will be launching this later. And the reason is very simple: changes in the whole lineup and also addition of Exynos. But now, because of the sales figure of the S25 Edge, Samsung might even skip the phone. We've already seen the prototype units of having a big camera bump, which includes the most of the components inside, and the rest of the phone is very slim, kind of like the iPhone Air. Because as much as we love the slim phones and every technologist, we also love the battery life. And that wasn't great in the S25 Edge, and that will also not be the case with the S26 Edge if it actually arrives. So that's why Samsung is planning to bring back the S26 Plus. And yeah, the naming scheme will also change because they can change even at the last minute, I told you in the last video. So yeah, the S26 will actually replace the S25. Yeah, even though it will still get the upgrades that I talked about, but the naming, the S26 Pro, will now only be called S26 because there is going to be a Plus model of that. The Ultra is pretty much confirmed to have that same design as the S25 Plus or S26 Plus now, I can say, with the camera cutouts coming exactly from the S25 Ultra, S24 Ultra, 2 Ultra, 3 Ultra, or even S21 Ultra, you can say that. So it has the individual cutouts for the cameras, has the same kind of camera layout like 3x camera, 5x camera with the 10x zoom using sensor crop, 200 megapixel main camera and a 50 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. The only thing that is changing this year is actually the main camera's aperture, which now is getting f1.6, so that's actually better. Similar thing is happening with the 5x camera. It's getting a much better aperture, f2.9, down from f3.4, so that's a big upgrade. And the 3x camera is now a 12 megapixel unit, not a 10 megapixel unit anymore. That's the whole upgrade for the cameras. The selfie camera will be unchanged on all of them, but few upgrades will definitely come in the S26 Ultra, like the battery isn't getting a big upgrade, even though we are seeing that there is a chance that we might see a 5500 mAh battery, or we might even see the same exact 5000 mAh battery. Kind of not confirmed at this point. I will definitely let you guys know about this in the future, but the point is that it's getting a much more powerful charging experience that's coming, because it's probably coming with a 60 or 65 watt of fast charging. That is pretty much confirmed. Similarly, the display is also getting an upgrade, a 10-bit display, much more brighter display, and it's a new M14 display panel on the Ultra models. It's much more efficient. Another thing that is happening with the S26 lineup is that it still will have the same kind of materials as the S25 lineup, like titanium and glass sandwich for the Ultra model, and the rest of the phones will come with aluminum side frames and glass back. Maybe in 2027, we might see aluminum unibody designed Samsung Ultra phones, or titanium made ones, or who knows, stainless steel ones. Now, here's the thing. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy SoC with more clock speed for the prime core than the standard Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. Now, we have already seen how crazy the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 will be in terms of specs or even the benchmarking numbers. But for the Galaxy, it will have more performance. Because of better vapor chamber cooling system, this chip will actually power the S26 Ultra in all the markets. But for the S26, the base cheaper model, the smaller one, will get this processor in only 2 markets, US and China. Rest of the markets are going to get the Exynos 2600 SoC. Exynos 2600 will be based on Samsung's 2nm GAA process node. It's 25% more efficient and 12% more powerful than the 3nm GAA process node, even if they don't upgrade any CPU cores or anything. So this is a big upgrade and a big claim. But then again, it's still Samsung Foundry, so keep that in mind. At the same time, there is one thing that is happening. Both Qualcomm and MediaTek stated that their flagship silicons are actually accompanied by a baseband chip that is a part of the chipset die. Kind of like the 5G modem is actually embedded inside the chipset. Whereas for the Samsung's own 2nm GAA processor node, that is not possible. So the 5G modem will be separate from the Exynos 2600 die. And that means that it will require more power to perform the same way as the Qualcomm counterparts or the MediaTek one, and it will take up more space on the smartphone logic board. And by the way, the S26 Ultra is also getting a privacy display feature, so you don't have to use a privacy screen protectors anymore. By the way, if anyone is thinking S26 Ultra is getting slightly more rounded corners than even the S25 Ultra, I mean, yeah, that's happening. An orange colored S26 Ultra floating around on the internet, but that's not the real phone. It's done on Photoshop. It's not real. I mean, Samsung already did have orange colored S24 Ultras as well, so we might see similar kind of story over there. Let me know about your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you unhappy about that the S26 Edge might not even arrive, or even if it does, it will not replace the S26 Plus? So you're happy or sad about that?
And yes, if you want, you can get some crazy cool wallpapers up on my website. A link down below. Until the next one, bye and take care.